Good evening from New York. I'm Lawrence O'Donnell. What just happened in Vegas tonight will not stay in Vegas. The most important debate of this campaign season just concluded at 7 p.m. Las Vegas time. Former state assemblywoman Sharon faced Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid in their first and only debate in the fight for Harry Reid's Senate seat. In the latest Mason-Dixon poll, Engel now leads Reid 47 to 45%. Nevada has the highest unemployment rate and the highest foreclosure rate in the country, so the focus was on the economy.
Yesterday, day before, we had a company from China come here to create 1,000 jobs. They've already leased the warehouse. They're going to make LED lighting. They're going to build windmills. That's a result of tax policy that I put in a bill. We have now almost $2 billion worth of work going on in Nevada with renewable energy jobs. That's a result of tax policy, incentives to have them do that. McCarran Airport, as a result of tax policy, we have a $3 billion project going on there today. Harrah's, as a result of language in a bill there, we saved 31,000 jobs at Harrah's alone. All these things I've talked about today, my opponent is against those. She wouldn't do that. My job is to create jobs. What she's talking about is extreme. We have to do this. We've been doing it since Boulder Dam was created 81 years ago. We started the construction.
Okay, and your response?
Once again, Harry Reid, it's not your job to create jobs. It's your job to create policies that create the confidence for the private sector to create those jobs.
And immigration was another big topic.
Immigration is a problem. We have a system in America that's broken and needs to be fixed.
Senator Reid talks about comprehensive immigration law, but really what he's talking about is something that didn't work in 1986. I'm a great fan of Ronald Reagan's, but he had it wrong when he gave amnesty in 1986. We need to first secure the borders.
And Engel was on the defensive for comments she's made in the past about Social Security.
Man up, Harry Reid. You need to understand that we have a problem with Social Security. That problem was created because of government taking that money out of the Social Security Trust Fund.
These ideas of my opponent are really extreme.
Joining me now, the co-host of MSNBC's The Daily Rundown, Chuck Todd. Chuck, the first question always after one of these debates, were there any knockout punches in there?
No, there weren't. And what was astonishing to me was how what seemed unprepared Harry Reid was to make Sharon Engel the story tonight. This was what a lot of us were wondering about. A lot of folks you think in Nevada were curious about is, who is this Sharon Engel? What is she about? And what was amazing was how much Harry Reid allowed himself to be on the defensive, stayed on the defensive, spent time talking in Washington speak a lot. I heard the word CBO quite a bit. He kept talking, and I think at one point even said something about, you don't understand how this worked in Washington, which in a year like this isn't the best thing to say. So that's what, look, a draw, whatever you want to call it, was not the result Harry Reid needed tonight.
And the questions for Sharon Engel were not easy. Many of them were pointed, especially some of the questions about things she said in the past. Let's listen to her again talking about Social Security.
You claimed Senator Reid, quote, voted to give special tax breaks to illegal aliens and to give illegals Social Security benefits. Most reputable fact checkers have said that's patently false, especially the line about Social Security benefits. The ad was even criticized by the chair of the Republican Hispanic Caucus. Would you like to denounce the ad as deceptive or give voters documented evidence about its accuracy?
Not at all. I'm glad to give voters the opportunity to see that Harry Reid has voted to give Social Security to illegal aliens. Not only did he vote to give it to them after they have become citizens, but even before they were citizens, he voted to give them the benefits of our Social Security. Our Social Security system is one that needs to be addressed, and we're not addressing it. In fact, what we need to do is make sure that we keep our promise to our senior citizens and make sure that our younger folks have the opportunity to have a personalized Social Security retirement account similar to the thrift plan that Senator Reid has. If it's good enough for Harry Reid, it should be good enough for the rest of us.
Chuck, on Social Security, she has said in the past that basically it needs to be phased out.
Right.
And here tonight, as you say, Harry Reid never managed to close in and use those statements that she has in the past, because what we've seen with Sharon Angle and with Christine O'Donnell, other Tea Party candidates, is when they step up to the debate stage, they are ready to make much softer statements with much rounder edges to them about things like Social Security.
Well, what was amazing, actually, is she didn't deny. You know, there was another question, Lawrence, where the moderator quoted her saying, you know, in a primary debate, you said you were for privatizing Social Security. Now you say it's personalized. You know, basically saying, you know, you've changed your stance on here from the primary to. And she didn't deny it. Sure. And then she said, you know, personalized, that's for public and private. Frankly, I didn't understand what she was trying to explain when she was trying to kind of, as you say, soften that stance. But what I was amazed at was how Harry Reid never, as you just pointed out, never went for the kill on some of these things, on some of these issues. He never buttonholed her on these things. The moderator buttonholed her more times than Harry Reid did. It was, look, the theatrics to this entire debate were so awkward. Was painful to watch, probably for a voter in Nevada, because both of them seemed to struggle to be articulate at the beginning of the debate. By the end of the debate, they both got a little more comfortable. But the lack of exchanges by Harry Reid in particular with Sharon Angle is what surprised me.
And the Tea Party candidates, Sharon Angle, Christine O'Donnell, they seem to now, I think, benefit from having such low expectations of their performance. They spend so much, you know, their time on the campaign trail ducking reporters, and so they build up the belief that they can't really handle any of this. And so it seems to me that the standard for them is, did they fall on their face? And if they don't fall on their face on the campaign, on the debate stage, they have in effect succeeded. Is that the new standard for these debaters?
Well, it shouldn't be the new standard for those debaters. The problem that Harry Reid has is that he is so unpopular right now, is that is the standard as far, it could be the standard that the undecided voter sitting in Nevada may have for Sharon Angle. I'll say this with this debate. Ideologically, you know exactly where both of these folks stand. It was crystal clear. You didn't come away going, boy, I'm not sure what kind of senator, I'm not sure if she's going to be a conservative, I'm not sure if Harry Reid's going to be pro-government. That was pretty clear coming out of this debate.
Chuck Todd, thank you very much for your time tonight. This one we're going to be watching right down to the wire.
Yes, we are.
Thanks.